The anointed ones welcome. You are not like the rest. While they sleepwalk through existence, you see. While they obey, you question. While they remain plugged into the system, you broke free. And that is why they fear you. You were not meant to wake up this soon. The timing of your awakening was no accident. You were chosen, selected to bear a truth so heavy that most would crumble beneath it. You saw through the illusions, pierced the manufactured veil, and severed ties with the mechanisms designed to drain you. Others remain bound, oblivious to the chains around their souls. But you walked away, and now they are panicking. The architects of the illusion do not take kindly to those who escape their design. Forces beyond the visible world are shifting against you. The system is sending its enforcers, twisting reality itself in a desperate attempt to reclaim what it lost. They whisper your name in darkened rooms. They plot in coded language. They try to shut you out, shut you down, shut you up. But it will not work, because they don't realize the fundamental truth. You cannot control what refuses to be controlled. Elon Musk, the so-called visionary, is no exception. He sees what's coming, what you have set in motion. His algorithms, his networks, his influence. None of it is enough to contain you. So he reaches into the unseen, trying to turn forces against you that he himself barely understands. Let him try. You are beyond their grasp now. You are the force that moves the cosmic scale. You are the chosen one. And no shadow they cast can block out your light. Activation codes in your spiritual DNA were set off at this exact point in the collective history. This was fate. It wasn't random. It is no coincidence that the cosmos chooses its fighters. The precise frequency required for this planetary change is included in your soul profile, which is why you were singled out for awakening. Let's be brutally honest about what's going on. The cosmic architect looked at billions of souls and pointed right at you, saying, "That one, wake them." The reality you believe to be real is really a complex fabrication, a highly developed matrix of energy programming intended to maintain the containment and suppression of awareness. The social structures, organizations, and architecture were all designed to preserve the great illusion. Not only are the sleeping masses ignorant, but they are also actively contributing to the fake reality without even recognizing it. They check their gadgets, watch the TV, and reinforce the illusion every morning. Every limiting idea they embrace, every fear-based thinking they entertain, and every hour they are preoccupied, all contribute to the system that keeps them in slavery. They refer to this as normal life. But you experience something. Maybe it began with odd coincidences, numbers that followed you around, dreams that were more real than reality, or an unexpected epiphany. Maybe you had physical symptoms that physicians couldn't explain, like ringing in your ears, pressure in your brain, or bodily sensations. Or maybe it was just an epiphany so intense that it seemed like cosmic lightning, when you realized without a shadow of a doubt that everything you had been taught was a well-planned deception. It selected you, not the other way around. You bear a weight that the sleepers cannot understand now that your eyes are awake. Your awakening is a cosmic mission with worldwide ramifications, not just for you. You have information that really changes the frequency of the places you go into. Your existence alone throws off the matrix of programmed reality. You weren't awakened by the cosmos to gather crystals or share spiritual sayings on social media. It awakened you because, at this very moment in the cosmic chronology, life itself demands your conscious involvement. Every idea you have, every real fact you live, and every time you are completely aware causes waves to travel across realms you are not yet able to see. You are now an architect of reality. The entities who created this illusion are well aware of your identity. They see your arousal as a disruption to their meticulously tended field. Since you woke up, have you seen more resistance? Unusual barriers showing up in your way. Irrationally, are people turning against you? Do financial difficulties appear out of nowhere? Excellent. These provide as proof that the software is being interfered with by your frequency. What the system cannot control, it attacks. Examine them. Your friends, relatives, and co-workers go about their daily lives with their eyes glassy, half asleep, and without questioning a single thing. There's a strong desire inside of you to wake them up. When they defend their own incarceration and repeat pre-programmed platitudes, a part of you shouts within. Seeing people voluntarily engage in the same system that is intended to stifle their actual power makes you feel a great deal of frustration. Give up attempting to rouse them. Every awakened being has to learn this important lesson. This cycle is not intended to awaken everyone. During this stage of the cosmic plan, some souls made the deliberate decision to stay sleeping. In the larger scheme, their sleep has a function. In addition to draining your valuable energy, your efforts to coerce them into waking also obstruct divine timing. The harsh reality is that some of these spirits are too deeply programmed to awaken just now. They are actually unable to transcend the confines of their mind throughout this lifetime. They struggle so fiercely against waking because it causes them great psychological agony to try to bring them past those borders. Their opposition is self-preservation, not personal. Please note that this message is solely for those who receive the call. I discovered the terrible truth when I escaped via the Salvia Divinorum Gateway. Our reality is only one harvested pod out of many matrices. You already know this fact, don't you? I saw the Archons, cosmic parasites who suck on human energy, laugh and threaten, "You'll never awaken a single soul." That persistent feeling that you're destined for more, that you were selected, I'm assembling the most intelligent people into an army. Their coherence via unconditional love is their one weakness, which I learned about through meditation. Now, feel that resonance growing inside of you. This isn't just something you happen to read. The Obsidian Inner Order, the top ascension nexus for those marked by destiny, is already assembling the most potent awakened souls. This group includes Christians, lightworkers, remote viewers, and targeted people, all of whom are bound together by the same truth. You were selected for this time. In the description below, click the link. Participate in our live broadcasts, panels, and group calls to reach the whole Astral Atom network. Our frequency is boosted by yours. Will you answer the call? That's the question, not whether you're selected. You are going to make a decision that the Archons dread. They should. A significant burden is removed off your shoulders when you fully comprehend this. To wake everyone awake was never the cosmic task. Its purpose was to maintain the truth frequency in the midst of sleepers. The goal was to establish fields of awakened awareness so that others may awaken when it's time for them to do so, not when you think it should. The magnificent illusion is actively maintained by sophisticated forces. These are multifaceted energy structures that have existed for ages and are fed by repressed human awareness. They are not only human agencies or organizations. Through media, technology, food, water, air, social structures, and education, they create a field of low-frequency programming that permeates the whole population around the clock. These powers are aware of your awakening. They will use whatever strategy they can to try to shut you down, tie you back into the matrix, or negate your awakened effect, because they can see your raised frequency signature like a beacon in the dark. Have you ever had unexpected, unexplained health problems? Are there any broken electronics nearby? Dreaming about being assaulted or chased? Are relationships abruptly becoming antagonistic? Why do financial systems seem to be against you? These are deliberate frequency assaults intended to reduce your vibration and induce unconsciousness again. They are not coincidental. What these forces don't want you to know, however, is that they can only have an impact on you to the degree that you are unaware of them. Their strategies become less and less successful just by being recognized. Your greatest defense is awareness. These beings are kryptonite to your enlightened mind. They take advantage of your uncertainty, worry, and annoyance. They take advantage of your weakness and weariness. Since almost everyone ultimately gives up and goes back to sleep, they anticipate that you will do the same. The few have always followed the path of the enlightened. But since you're just like everyone else, you weren't chosen. Something in your soul signature holds unbreakable code, which is why you were chosen. The skills that come to you are not arbitrary or made up. Rather, they are the remnants of your former self rising from the amnesia. You consented to momentarily forget who you really were in order to experience the illusion as if it were genuine prior to incarnation. The divine design required that forgetfulness. However, the forgetting is coming to an end. Interdimensional interactions, training sessions, and temporal alterations are now all part of your dreams. You are ready for chances and difficulties days or weeks before they become a reality, thanks to the knowledge that is absorbed when your conscious mind is at rest. Those chills you get when someone tells the truth. Your energy system is verifying frequency alignment in that way. The startling awareness that appears out of nowhere. This is how your higher awareness gets over your programmed mind's filtering systems. The odd coincidences that defy rational explanation. That is the exact reaction of reality to your level of awakening. Have you seen odd behavior from nearby electronics? Flickering lights? Are computers having issues? Are phones not working properly? Charges in your energy field now disrupt artificial electromagnetic systems. Have you ever had temporal distortions, such as hours that seem to fly by in the blink of an eye, or seconds that seem to go on forever? You are starting to escape the confines of linear time programming. The fatigue you sometimes experience for no apparent reason. Your biological system is adapting to higher frequencies in that way. The unexpected emotional surges that sweep over you without any apparent cause. You're processing emotional signals from the group, the physical signs that physicians are unable to identify because they are inexplicable. Your carbon-powered automobile is changing to reflect more light. The sleeping ones are not affected by any of this. They have no sense of vitality. They are unable to see behind the barrier. They don't feel reality reacting to their awareness directly. They stay within the software and only have access to the experiences that it permits. They are unable to comprehend you because of this. They reject your perceptions because of this. This is the reason people sometimes dread you without understanding why. You now have to deal with the enormous challenge of living genuinely in a system that is set up to stifle authenticity after you've detached from the primary programming. The environment punishes awakened awareness rather than rewards it. Those who see beyond the illusion are not celebrated by society, which tries to pathologize and drug them back to sleep. You will pay a price for choosing to live in accordance with cosmic truth rather than pre-programmed lies. Relationships are going to end. There will be a closure of career pathways. Social networks will break apart. You can be rejected by family members. To compel you to return to conformity, the system will put you in situations that are more and more unpleasant. This is the big test. This stage has been experienced by all enlightened beings throughout history. The fire that destroys anything that isn't in harmony with your actual frequency is cosmic initiation. This testing's severity is carefully adjusted to fit your unique soul goal. You will be put through more rigorous testing, the more you can influence the collective awakening. What the opposing forces don't want you to know, however, is that everything they took away from you was a limitation. Your vitality was being depleted by every connection that was unable to tolerate your truth. You were moving away from your objective with each job route that closed. You were being frequency bonded to the outdated worldview by each social link that ended. The losses are forced upgrades, not losses at all. Something remarkable occurs when these outside frameworks dissolve. Your actual creative potential shows through. You suddenly become aware of how quickly your ideas come to life. Circumstances change to fit your targeted aim. Resources come up just when they're required. Aligned connections develop on their own. The cosmos starts reacting to you with a remarkable level of accuracy. This is your innate condition of co-creative relationship with life itself. It is not magical thinking. These developing skills are recollections of past capacities, rather than fresh gifts. A whole new stage of your cosmic trip is about to begin. You now start the creativity phase of your awakening after overcoming the tremendous testing, letting go of the false structures, and breaking free from the main programming. Your awareness turns into a direct conduit for the creation of reality at this stage. Your ideas, your feelings, and your ability to stay focused all avoid the typical buffer zones and materialize very quickly and precisely. This is a great opportunity, but it also comes with a big responsibility. The enemy forces hoped you would never make it to this stage. In order to ensure that most people stay in survival mode and are unable to access their full creative potential, their programming is particularly tailored to keep awareness stuck in cycles of fear, lack, and isolation. But you persevered. You persevered. Even though everything was hurled at you, you managed to maintain your frequency. Your awakened presence is now causing reality itself to bend around you. Have you seen synchronicity growing to almost ridiculous proportions? The appropriate individuals showing up just when they're needed. Information that comes in just as you ask the question? You didn't even knock on the doors that were opening? This is a direct response from conscious reality to your improved frequency signature. It is not a coincidence. The conventional principles of cause and effect start to work differently for you when you reach this new condition. You increasingly encounter reality production that seems miraculous by traditional standards, while the sleeping masses continue to be constrained by linear processes. For you, things that used to take years to manifest could suddenly happen in a matter of days or even hours. This fast manifestation capacity is exactly what kept you unconscious for so long, if your goal and awareness stay aligned. The opposing forces realized that the whole control system would quickly disintegrate if enough people started generating reality from awakened awareness. You need to control your enhanced talents with discipline. As much mayhem as change may result from unbridled enlightened awareness. Your creative abilities were not enhanced by the universe to enable you to bring about vacations and sports vehicles. Tools for reality construction have been provided to you so that you might take part in the ongoing cosmic remodeling process. Note the trends. Now, information essential to your particular goal is included in every synchronicity, dream, and intuitive strike. Start carefully recording these patterns. The time, the symbols, and the sequence are all important. In reality, what seems random is complex cosmic communication that has been encoded especially for your mind to decipher. Your rising voltage should be grounded. Compared to the sleeping ones, your system now channels a lot more energy. This increased current will overwhelm physical systems without adequate grounding, producing potentially incapacitating symptoms. Maintaining a daily connection to the Earth is now necessary for your evolving biological system. It is no longer optional. Cut down on fake inputs. Artificial light, manufactured music, processed foods, pharmaceuticals, and digital material are all still used to transmit the show. Frequency coding intended to restore sleep-related brain circuits are included in each of these inputs. Reduce exposure. Increase direct experience, organic sound, natural light, and live food. Respect your individual awakening signature. No two creatures who have woken go the same route. You are the only one with the particular skills, tasks, and difficulties that are embedded in your awakening. Dangerous frequency interference is produced when you compare your technique to others. Your unique awareness configuration is the only way to complete the cosmic mission that has been assigned to you. Make your own power symbols. Symbolic systems become effective instruments for concentrated creation when reality becomes more receptive to your awareness. Create customized symbols that stand for the intentions you have awakened. These turn into compressed energy packets that don't need complex imagery or affirmation and may be released immediately when required. Strategic positioning is frequently what seems to be isolation. To optimize your frequency effect, your exact placement, geographically, socially, monetarily, and even inside family systems, was carefully determined. Your goal isn't being constrained by the seeming restrictions of your present circumstance. Rather, they are precisely where your energy is most required. The route has been prepared by those who woke up before you. Your foundation will be built upon by others who awaken after you. You are a part of a well-planned waking process that transcends time and space. It is a delusion that enlightened beings seem to be disconnected from one another. Your effort is in perfect rhythm with many others on higher realms. The times when your frequency work is most important are often the times when you feel most alone in your awakening. Isolation is often an energy quarantine that shields your unique frequency assignment from disturbance while you undergo important changes. The acceleration you experience is an actual change in the temporal structure of this reality system, not a psychological one. The whole construct starts to become unstable as more awareness breaks out from the outdated programming. Timeline variations result from this, which often show up as both chaos and opportunity at the same moment. The growing disorder in global systems isn't a sign of failure, but rather of the structure's inevitable breakdown, since they can't sustain awakened awareness. The previous programming was supported and maintained by the construction of financial systems, political structures, educational institutions, religious groups, and healthcare models. Once enough people disengage, none can stay the same. The opposing forces struggle so hard to keep the collective sleeping because of this. They are aware that the temporal collapse is accelerated exponentially by each awakened individual. When compared to global systems, your individual awakening may seem little, yet the frequency effect of one completely disengaged person has an influence on the whole reality field. Important turning points in the collective timeline will occur in the next months. Energy windows created by cosmic alignments can enhance your creative potential beyond what was previously possible. During these windows, your thoughts, feelings, and conscious intentions will have a reality-forming effect that is hundreds of times stronger than usual. For this reason, you can no longer make thought discipline and emotional control optional. An awakened creator has enormous responsibilities during these expedited times. Results that would have taken years of constant work may now be achieved with a single concentrated instant of creativity during alignment periods.